Okay, I have to hurry up and get this video out of the way because I have a client in a few minutes, and if I don't do it now, I'm not going to get this done. So I am on video number 2 in my rising sign series, and I'm so glad that Mercury is in Taurus right now because yesterday Mercury was in Aries, and I was talking so fast with my last 2 clients. I was like, I'm sorry, y'all, but I cannot slow down. So remember, your rising sign is essentially your first impression to the world. How do people view you before they get to know your emotions? And also, how do you view the world? Okay, that is seen through your rising sign. So again, Taurus rising, you are, of course, an earth rising. Earth signs tend to be a little bit slower, a little bit more cautious in the way that they do things. And also, it is a fixed sign. Taurus is a fixed sign. So fixed energy, very fixated on whatever it is that it's doing, hard to move, hard to budge, which of course can create stubbornness in the person. But you are ruled by Venus, that planet of love, luxury, things that you value. You know, Taurus rules over the second house of astrology, which is the house of things that you value, like your wealth, your family. Your speech is also seen through the second house. That is Taurus energy. But again, Taurus rising people, first impression, they tend to be known for being very stable, very practical. Like I said, earth signs are all about what are the facts, not living in fantasy land like Pisces and Sagittarius, but what are the facts? Very practical, very stable, and very sensual. Taurus is the five senses, you know, does it smell good? Does it taste good? Does it sound good? Does it look good? All of that is seen through Taurus type of energy. So Taurus risings, you could really value your senses and sensuality, liking touch, liking taste, liking smell, like I just said, things that are visually appealing. A lot of times you guys can have a very calm and composed demeanor. You really value material comfort and security. Like I said, when people have earth energy in them, they look for the comfort, the security, the stability, because if they do not have it, like I have a very close cousin who is a Taurus rising. Hopefully she doesn't see this, but if you're seeing this, hey, she's a Taurus rising, and you know, job security is very important. Of course, money is very important. And of course, you would think that that's everyone, but some people don't care. They're just like, whatever, they're optimistic. I'm very optimistic about things. I just kind of do stuff and then think about it later. But a Taurus rising, earth energy is not like that. They're not just going to go out on a limb and be like, you know what, I quit my job today. Like they need the comfort, they need the security too. If you are a Taurus rising, Gemini rules over your second house of family. So when it comes to family, and because Gemini is a mutable sign, you can sometimes feel internally frustrated with your family as far as like communicating with them. Maybe one day they're going to do this, or they say they're going to do this, and one day they say they're going to do that. And it can kind of frustrate you because, like I said, you like the stability and the consistency with everything that you do. As far as like communication with siblings or traveling, because Cancer rules over your third house, and Cancer is also moon energy. Wherever the moon is placed in somebody's chart or moon is around, it can fluctuate that area of life. You can have a really good cordial relationship with your siblings, your younger siblings in particular. And remember, it's not 100% because if you have a placement in the third house, or also depending on the degree of your rising sign and the other planets or placements if you have in the first house, then of course that can affect the entire energy of your rising sign. But this is kind of a general, you know, because people, there's always that one person, you know, there's always that one person that's like, but I'm not. And I'm like, it's much cheaper than that, y'all. But a lot of times too, whenever it comes to you, you can be the decision maker in your family, or if you're in a relationship, you're the decision maker because Sun rules over your fourth house, the Leo energy. So again, male or female, you can come across as the boss, the man, the one who makes all the rules too. And also when it comes to relationship with your parents, a lot of times, and I have seen this, that Taurus risings tend to, I don't want to say favor the father, but tend to have a closer relationship with the father than they do the mother. Again, because Sun represents father and it is ruling over your fourth house of family. So you could look to the father for more guidance, or again, just a stronger influence comes through the father. Also too, if you have kids and you're a Taurus rising, your kids could possibly view you as a parent who works a little bit too much. Like you're missing the recitals, you're missing the award shows, you're missing parent-teacher conference because you are so focused on the stability and the security of your family, because Virgo rules over your you know, of your fifth house of children. And so your kids can view you as like maybe a workaholic, maybe you're too like Virgo-like, and it's another earth sign too, to where you are kind of skipping over the things that should matter, which is like your kids or spending time with them. Now, I'm not saying, because there's a very big misconception as far as like how people should parent. I don't think there's really one way to parent, because after you learn astrology, you understand why people move the way that they do. And there are parents who work a lot and don't get to see a lot of their kids and things like that, depending on whether they choose to or not. But that's just kind of how you are aligned. So it isn't to say that it's bad, because you are providing for them. You are working to make sure that they're good and secure, but just to remember that there's balance in everything and that you need balance in everything too. Um, but as far as partnerships, and this is something that I've definitely witnessed in real life with a Taurus rising with their partners. Now, remember, your rising sign is the first house. Directly across is the seventh house, the house of partnership or marriage or more committed partnerships, because the fifth house is the house of like casual romance, casual dating. So, Taurus risings, Scorpio rules your seventh house because that's your opposite sign, your sister sign. And so Scorpio energy in general tends to be, known to be like secretive or jealous or possessive or really intense, but also know that it is a water sign and water signs are more sensitive. So you could be attracting a very emotional partner or maybe like a more romantic partner, somebody who is a little bit softer than you are. So it could possibly be a turn off for Taurus rising, just because, like I said, they are the man of the house. They're very so independent, and that's the natural makeup of them, to where somebody maybe who's too soft, too mushy, too into them might turn them off. And so they can probably either try to separate themselves from them, or, like I said, it could just bother them a little bit to have such an emotionally attached partner. But understand that's the kind of energy that you will draw, just because that's Scorpio energy. I'm a Scorpio rising, so I love me a partner. We're very into our partners, or can be, but that intensity of the emotion can be seen through there too. As far as work, you could travel a lot because of work, just because Capricorn rules over your ninth house, and Capricorn is Saturn energy. Saturn is discipline, it's structure, it's responsibility. Saturn and Capricorn is hard work. So traveling for work, that is something that I've seen with my relative who is a Taurus rising, does travel a lot for work. So sometimes people don't view traveling as like a vacation, just because they're always having to go to work and they don't really get to enjoy where they're at. So just to understand, don't be jealous of people. Sometimes they might really hate having to go back and forth and never be home. That is also seen through, people who travel for work a lot. But also when it comes to work, a Taurus rising can do very well in a large organization or large group, just because Aquarius rules over your 10th house. Now, Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is government. So this Taurus rising, my family member does work in the government field, the government sector. So because they value security, because they value stability, of course, government jobs are very stable-ish. And so they can be attracted to those type of jobs, those type of professions, to where you're not guessing, what you might make tomorrow. It's not like sales or an entrepreneur. And you can be an entrepreneur if you're Taurus rising, but the stability, the security is there whenever you have like a large organization, or working for a lot of people. Um, but as far as, your entire chart, and I'm not going too in depth with this, you do need to look at your entire chart to see the energy of your sign, your rising sign. What degree it is it? What? Oh my gosh. What degree is it in? What planets or placements are in your first house, which is where your rising sign is, and also, just a general energy of your entire birth chart. So if you are somebody who'd like a more in-depth analysis of your chart, if you are really beefing with your siblings and I just told you that you were not, and you have a more harmonious relationship with them, I got to look at your chart. So if you like an in-depth analysis of your birth chart, oh my gosh, I don't know what is going on today, but I am still putting this out. Go ahead and visit me on any social media website. Visit any social media site of mine. Oh my gosh. And visit me on my website, y'all. I'm still gonna put this out because I'm not about to edit this. And let's talk, let's chat. I promise I'm not this discombobulated in the readings. This is, I don't know what's going on today. It's a mixture of Taurus energy and Aries energy still in the air. But anyways, I thank y'all so much for supporting and liking and commenting and watching. And I have been going live on TikTok now, doing a little segment on live where I will roll some dice here. And if you have your birth chart, you can take it out and I might roll your placements and I will explain to you what they mean. So just take a look out for that if you do follow me on TikTok. And yeah, anyways, let me go because I'm rambling too much. I will see you on the next video, which will be Gemini rising. Bye.